Good morning, chat. Welcome to stream. I'm filled with great dread, but I can't say great dreads, that implies a specific kind of hair. But a hair, you might notice that it's not even a little bit different. It's just kind of shorter. But that's what I paid for. Y'all, our DM gave us one of the most Ileana bait NPCs last session, and now I have to sit until next Friday spinning in my head planning on what to yap to him about. You're welcome. You're welcome for giving you the justification to yap to him, by the way. You're welcome. Hi, Pio. Hi, Turtle. Hi, Elp. And, of course, hi, Curses. Turtle, I really like the possums you posted, because with the music I have on right now, it feels like they're dancing along to the happy tunes, and that warms my heart, you know? The possums are like the welcoming committee for Evergrande City. Evergrande City, the city of one building. But it's a big one. Swimmer girl Katie broke me, man. She's a real fucking tough fight to calc. But through the power of plagiarism, I may have found a path through it. And all it requires is a little scale and getting Maisie up to level 91. I could, in theory, not get her up to 91, but then things get a little scarier. Katie also broke me once. That's terrifying, Lord Pio. I hope you're okay. But yeah, no, I spent a lot of time slamming my head at the wall for this one. Because we have so many potential openings. But, like, none of them really create a consistent path through the fight. Everything kind of falls apart around the third Pokemon or so. Is that Straubs on rice? No, it's Straubs on yogurt. I've become a yogurt girl. But I may have stolen an idea from famous run and bun runner by 1 mil. Famous actual doctor and also guy who is good at Pokemon by 1 mil. And thank God, he has a version of this line that I can theoretically do with the tools that exist in my box. So let's look at that a little bit. We haven't written anything down yet, but what we want here is a full box. We want Primarina, Noivern. I don't know if we necessarily need Noivern. We probably do, though. So, Primarina, Noivern, Togedemaru, Basculegion, Hisuian Electrode, and, of course, the Slur. So, first things first, there's this Kingdra. This Kingdra's a real son of a bitch. This fight's in rain, so he is incredibly fast, hits really hard, and has Hurricane and Ice Beam for RNG moves. And Hydro Pumps inherit Mischance, increasing the quantity of RNG moves. Now the thing is, a Primarina equipped with a Lumberry is always able to hit Kingdra at least once. We actually don't even need a Lum. We just need a Person Berry to potentially avoid confusion. But it's out against Kingdra, and you might be seeing, well, okay, April, I see that you do a lot of damage with Moonblast, so are you going to try to kill it with Moonblast? No, you idiot, you moron, you fool. I'm going to use Flip Turn for 5%. So, at level 91, hold on, do I need to be 91 or can I be 89? Cool. Yeah, I can be level 89. The lowest amount of damage we do is 15. 260 minus 15 is what, 245? That's about right. Point is, we are slow flip turning off of Kingdra into Noivern. So Noivern doesn't take any of the damage here. And then a Noivern at level 91, 252 damage with Draco Meteor. So, you might notice Noivern is slower than Kingdra, which is problematic. So, we're also going to give it the Choice Scarf. Doing this lets us outspeed Kingdra and come in taking 0 damage. Now, flip turn, a good band, you know? Jesus, Izzy, 20 stream streak. Thank you for that. I must eat another bite of my yogurt. Now, we have 3 options with Noivern. If we leave our Noivern at max HP, because it's faster than all Pokemon here, we would bait in Dreadnought for Head Smash. Because no Pokemon here sees a one-hit KO other than Dreadnought, and always for Head Smash, which is normally good. This Dreadnought can be really dangerous. You want to make sure you lock it into, ideally, Head Smash, because Liquidation can be kind of RNG dependent. And we even have Torterra, an excellent answer for Dreadnought. We could swap to Torterra, take 2 Head Smashes, regain a bunch of HP off Giga Drain. That plus a Citrus Berry means that we would always bait in Durant for one of its bug moves. Seems really nice, seems really consistent. That's kind of where things fall apart. We would then bring in Choice Scarf, Hisui, and Arcanine on one of these moves. Now, the annoying thing is that Durant has Hustle, which means all of its attacks have a chance to miss. Not great. And of course, all of its attacks have a chance to crit. So it's possible that Arcanine takes high roll, no crit, high roll, high crit, miss, low roll, no crit. And it could bait in basically either Rotom Mow for almost every move in its kit, or Toxicroak. Really, really inconsistent. There was theoretically a version where I would go with, instead, Choice Scarf or Shifu to beat Dreadnought. And I believe once Durant comes in, or no, Choice Scarf or Shifu to beat Durant. And I believe that always baits in Rotom Mow because it's faster than everything. That's still kind of like, once Rotom Mow comes in, it's hard to get something that takes out both Toxicroak and Goodra. And we're already using Primarina. There's theoretically a version where we use a Heart Scale and Noivern special attack, but then we're using, you know, a scale on a guy who's not necessarily going to get that much use. It's, you know, it's hard to say. A scale on Noivern doesn't feel great. So, with Noivern, we could bait in Dreadnought if we don't do any pre-damage. We could bait in Rotom Mow if we pre-damage down to at least 62.7%. Or we can bait in Toxicroak on always Gunk Shot. If we pre-damage down to, it wouldn't be 200, it would be 195, which is above the highest roll of Thunder, which is 160. So, we could bait Toxicroak in on Gunk Shot. We swap to Togedemaru. Togedemaru shows a kill to Cross Chop. We swap to Basculegion. Basculegion, out of curiosity, a +2 attack. Nice. So, Basculegion should show a fast 2-hit KO to it with Poltergeist, preventing it from Swords Dancing. So it wants to go for its highest damage move. Because it didn't use Sucker Punch last turn, it's guaranteed to Sucker Punch. So we swap back to Togedemaru, we bait Cross Chop, we swap back to Basculegion, we bait Sucker Punch. Both Cross Chop and Sucker Punch have 5 PP each. We can do that until we fully drain all of its Cross Chop and Sucker Punch PP. We want it to have as much Gunk Shot and as much Swords Dance as possible. Now, the idea here, Togedemaru is up against Toxicroak. Toxicroak only has Swords Dance and Gunk Shot. And Togedemaru is, even at level 91, always 1 point of speed slower than Tox. Now, if we use a Heart Scale, I know I just talked about not wanting a Heart Scale, but this is much more consistent than the other Heart Scale, with potentially more use throughout the game, is we can get Togedemaru U-turn. U-turn's a silly little move that swaps you out whenever you hit something. So the idea is Togedemaru would come in against Toxicroak, and she would click Spiky Shield, Fake Out, basically anything but a damaging move, until Toxicroak hit +3, like went up 3 Swords Dances. Because now its attack stat is maxed, which means it has all of its moves are at least -5 usage priority or less, which means Toxicroak is now able to switch out. We are slower than Toxicroak. It is still a 50-50 for whether or not it will or will not swap. So we are going to click U-turn into it. If Toxicroak does not swap, we U-turn into Electrode because we are slower than Toxicroak. If it clicked Gunk Shot when using one of its 2 ineffective moves, it won't actually do damage to Electrode. Electrode then shows it a kill with Gunk Shot, so we can swap back to Togedemaru, and we repeat this until Toxicroak swaps out. Theoretically, we would need to lose, like, a lot of coin flips, like 14 coin flips, because it could go for Gunk Shot or Swords Dance, and it would need to not swap and go for Gunk Shot a whole bunch in order for us to really start feeling the pressure here. Now, the idea is eventually Toxicroak will choose to swap out. It will see Rotom here. Hold on, let me get U-turn. Rotom is faster than Togedemaru, does more damage than it takes. Goodra is slower than Togedemaru, does more damage than it takes. Durant does a lot of damage to Togedemaru, but doesn't quite KO. It is faster. Dreadnought is faster than us and KOs with Liquidation. But the thing is, we clicked U-turn, so they swap, we get our U-turn off. It's always going to be Dreadnought, though it doesn't matter if it's not, I think. No, it does matter, but it's always Dreadnought. So, Dreadnought hits the field. We send in Choice Scarf, Hisuian Electrode. One thing that's faster than Dreadnought, we're able to one-hit KO with Energy Ball. We looked at a few potential ways of doing this, but this is the one I landed on, which is just the one the Buy One Mill did. I mean, theoretically, we could also use, like, Sceptile, if we wanted to. Sceptile can definitely do it with Energy Ball. Point is, we get a guy on the field against Dreadnought who is faster with a Choice Scarf, and we KO. Now, the nice thing about Electrode here is that it's obviously faster than everything. Doesn't show a kill to Rotom Mo. Doesn't show a kill to Goodra. Does show some kills to Durant. But Durant's not... Or Toxicroak isn't the line. Toxicroak sees a kill with Gunk Shot. So Toxicroak is going to bring himself back onto the field. We swap back to Togedemaru, blocking a Gunk Shot. We stall until Toxicroak maxes out its attack with Swords Dance again. At this point, we do the thing where we U-turn out to Electrode, swap back to Toge, U-turn out, swap back. We do this until he swaps out. We don't even need to worry about Toxicroak taking so much damage that it becomes incapable of swapping, because it has Dry Skin in the Rain, so it regains 1/8 of its max HP every turn. So, eventually, Toxicroak will go for the first thing that is faster than Togedemaru and outdamages, that is Rotom Mo. We are going to use U-turn into it, doing at least 30% damage, into Sneasler, who is obviously faster than Rotom Mo, and one-hit KOs with Poison Jab. Now, I actually need to see here, Black Belt. Or no, actually, because we have to have Togedemaru at level 91... Hold on. I'm wondering, actually, if my swap order here doesn't quite work with what I have in mind. So, at level 91, Black Belt, not Black Belt, Silver Powder, U-turn. So, actually, I believe, yeah, it's never Rotom, because Togedemaru outdamages it with U-turn. So, it won't be Goodra, because we're faster than Goodra. It will be Durant. So we are going to U-turn, doing 9.2%, into Sneasler here. Now, out of curiosity. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, good. So, the thing about Durant is that it has a priority move. Sneasler is faster than it, and you might notice also, Sneasler doesn't one-hit KO with close combat. First Impression is a priority move. It can only be used on the first turn that Durant's on the field. So it wants to click First Impression. The reason we need to worry about this is because, of course, if it clicked Iron Head, if we fail to KO it, which is very likely, Iron Head is actually guaranteed to KO us because we're faster than it and clicking Close Combat, so we drop our defense. So the idea is First Impression hits us, we then retaliate with Close Combat. We always live First Impression. We drop our defenses, but at this point, First Impression can only be used on the first turn Durant is on the field. So now we're faster than it and can pick up the KO with Close Combat or Brick Break. I suppose we could actually use Brick Break twice. It doesn't need to be close combat, but you get my point. We're able to use First Imp to kind of dodge around his shit. Now, unfortunately, we have to use... I actually don't know if we have to use Black Belt. I think we could use Life Orb for this, which means that we might not need as high of a level for Togedemaru. We just need to make sure we get Durant in first. Because if we don't get Durant in before either Rotom or Goodra, then Durant could potentially see a kill on Sneasler with Iron Head. So it could see the kill, decide that it wants to go for that instead of First Impression. But the important thing I forgot to state is close combat here does 213 damage. So where is my calculator? So 227. Because I forgot the way that you have to force them into using the priority move. 227 minus 213. We get to look at the max roll of close combat here. 14. Togedemaru with U-turn needs to do at least 14 damage. 15. So the idea is we bonk it with U-turn, so when Sneasler hits the field, it assumes that Sneasler can always KO it. This prevents it from clicking Iron Head instead. It sees that it has to go for, since it doesn't see a kill, it doesn't go for highest damage. It goes for, I want to get in some damage before I die. Which is Finn. Okay. So we're level 91, and we have a Black Belt. Now, at this point, Rotom Mo sees that we're faster than it, and that we KO it with Poison Jab. Goodra sees that we're faster than it, and we KO it with close combat, shockingly. Toxicroak doesn't see that we can one-hit KO it, though. So Toxicroak comes back onto the field, tries to click Gunk Shot. I think it could actually Swords Dance against Sneasler, which is fine. That just speeds up our thing. We swap back to Togedemaru. We do the thing until Toxicroak is ready to swap out again. At this point, it'll probably be to Rotom Mo because... well, no, it wants slow out damage over fast under damage. So it'd be Goodra. But this is why we need to level up Togedemaru to the max. Is because Silver Powder, Smart Strike, U-turn. So Goodra here has leftovers. Restores a 16th of its max HP every turn. Not Wallen Rain. So it has 283. Divide that by 16, comes up to 17. 17 plus 283. So we need to do at least 300 damage to it. Now you might say, well, hold on a second, that's a lot of damage with U-turn, and you're only level, oh, that's at level 91. Yeah, so at level 91, we do minimum 57 damage while holding Silver Powder. So minus 57 drops us to 243. Well, drops it to 243 after it's healing. Bring in Sneasler with Black Belt. Right, we're 91. I'm like, what do you mean 240? 243 exact. Barely make it. And I do think Togedemaru needs to be level 91 in order to do that much damage. But yeah, so we pivot into the Slur. I do actually wonder if we necessarily need Sneasler for this. Yeah, Moonblast does not do enough damage. And we can't give Primarina a damage boosting held item. So let's see. Silver Powder. U-turn. 49, so we need to get up to 57. Yeah, see, 56. Like, 57 is the one damage above it, but it's just not guaranteed. So it's unfort. But the nice thing is that, again, even at level 91, we're still just a little slower than Toxicroak. Of course, Goodra goes down. Rotom Mo sees that it gets one hit KO'd by Sneasler, so they send in Toxicroak. We do the thing again. And yeah, once it gets down to just Toxicroak, I guess I need to see if I can actually get someone who's capable of, like, safely killing it. Because I don't know how long it takes for Toga to be able to stall out his gunk shots. His gack shots. Now, the thing is, there is, in theory, a kind of nightmare world. I'm not 100% certain on this line. because a lot of it is based around Toxicroak being willing to switch, and in theory, if we get really unlucky, we could run into some issues. So I'm not 100% on this line, but I kind of like it tentatively. I actually kind of want to dedicate most of today to doing calcs for other fights instead of actually running any fights. Since this one requires a heart scale, I don't like the idea of having to use a scale on a non-E4 viable Pokemon, simply because, that's a little cat buzz. 1 second. Out of my yogurt. Because we've already had to use 3 of those, and I'm kind of thinking about what we've got left, you know? We've used 4 heart scales since we cleared Space Center. I believe there are 16 available left in the game. Okay. It's like... yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, wow. Okay. So there's one more available scale than I thought. But the idea is that we essentially get 17 heart scales for building our Elite Four team. We've used 4 of them, but 2 of those scales, one was for Urshifu's speed, one was for Sneasler's attack. Those are E4 scales, so I don't really count them. So in essence, we have used 2, leaving us with 15 E4 scales to work with through to the end of the game. This would bring us down to 14. Technically 12, but you get what I mean. Especially if we end up having to get Fake Out back on Sneasler. So it's not the worst fate in the world. People have definitely been able to pull off E4s with this few scales. This view, it's half of the scales in the game, practically. And I worry that it's so late in the game that U-turn on Togedemaru won't see that much additional use, but it could. Big fan of yogurt. Straight yogurt head. Also, wait, my car hate video? What is your car hate video, Tamaru? I assume it's not hate towards a specific kind of car, it's just something you Euroids listen to make fun of us Americans and our glorious car culture. Our glorious, eternal devotion to Saudi Aramco. Oil, baby. Oh, it was a video about hating on cars existing in cities. Oh yeah. No, I do have experience driving in a city. What do I mean? I've been to San Fran. I've been to San Fran in a car. Though I think in terms of cars in cities, San Fran isn't that bad. I can't imagine what it's like trying to be a regular person owning a car in like New York. Where do you even fucking put it? Sorry, chat, you are stuck watching me eat yogurt now, by the way. I need to get this shit down. But yeah, so point is, I kind of want to be able to explore other options with this line. And see if there's anything else that might work that doesn't require a scale, or that I like, you know, I want to really make sure I feel like I understand this inside and out, that I won't get fucked over if a piece of it goes wrong. Because a lot of the damage ranges do actually kind of hinge on Togedemaru hitting with U-turn. It would in theory be easier, significantly easier, if we could just give Sneasler Choice Band. Sneasler with Choice Band one-hit KOs Goodra from full HP. It's kind of crazy. pissed me off that we still use lead in yellow paint. As a girlie who has suffered from lead poisoning, I could kill. But, yo, don't you want it to have a delicious sugary taste when you lick the taxis? Don't you want to go on... Fuck. Cash... Don't you want to go on Cash Cab and get a delicious little paint chip for your trouble? Girl, I know that taste. It's not good. Fair. I'm sorry. That was probably a slightly callous joke to someone who was apparently actually experienced lead poisoning. And I am very sorry. I'm kind of shocked. I'm assuming it's only in car paint, right? Like the kinds of paint that you are far less likely to ever ingest. On the road. Interesting. Yeah, I imagine that could get churned up into dust and made airborne pretty easy. Damn, that's crazy. I'm just curious why. Is it, like, does it help with the color? Does it help it cling to the road better? Because I assume... Because if lead was in a lot of paint, I assume it's because it's like a binding agent, right? The color is lead, huh? Lead in paint is pretty. It probably, I guess, adds like some gloss to it. It's more of a color texture rather than the color itself. Lead is a pigment. Huh. So, yo, you're absolutely allowed to say no. It's why I got into science. Am I allowed to ask how you got lead poisoning? Because that's fucking crazy. Because also, if that's why you got into science, that must have happened when you were pretty young, right? What? Were you a picks things up off the ground and, like, taste some kind of kid? Because I was definitely a pick shit up off the ground kid. I think... I hate to say, I think... It feels wrong to use the word OCD for it, but I do definitely feel a much stronger compulsion towards hand washing after COVID than I did before. Specifically when in like public spaces. Like I ride the light rail to work every day, and like the first thing I do when I get to the office is I like head over to our little sink station and wash my hands, even though I like haven't touched anything. I always, like, hit buttons and stuff with, like, the back of my palm or my knuckles. I just kind of, like, I don't know. Like, I never even got COVID. Oop, cat. Beast. There goes the beast. My brother had lead poisoning as a young child simply because health groups just changed what levels of lead in blood counted as too high. So your brother got, like, retroactive lead poisoning? Paint chips. My dad bought an old-ass house and decided he wanted to repaint the whole thing, so he scrapped all the old paint out to put a new layer on. I ate paint chips, and it was airborne too. In today's standards, I had severe lead poisoning. I was extremely mentally stunted. Jesus Christ. Because I know that that's, like, kind of the main problem with lead, right? Is that it's really fucking difficult to get out of the body, but, like, it is possible. There are, like, treatments for it, right? It doesn't leave the body, yeah. Same with, like, mercury and shit. Thank you for teaching us about stuff, yo. I love getting a little educational while I eat my yogurt, and it helps give me shit to talk about while I eat said yogurt. There is no treatment once it is attached itself to your neurons. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I can't imagine what the long-term ramifications of that must be. Like, holy shit. There was immediate treatment, but it's like within a few hours shit. Okay. Because, yeah, I thought it was like... No, I'm not going to pretend like I know shit. I remember, I feel like I heard something about this like a long, long time ago. Because it was like a video talking about like modern health fads. And like people doing a bunch of unnecessary like... There's a much smarter term for it than de-metaling the body. But yeah, it's like a treatment that's specifically for like, maybe it was mercury instead of lead, but you know, like pulling heavy metals out of the body. And it's like typically a treatment that's only really done if you're like well and truly fucked from an amount of like heavy metal ingestion. Heavy metal capture is not hard, it just sucks. Got it. Well, I guess fucking props for working through that to get into the medical field. Holy shit. I don't know. I'm sure you've probably heard that a billion times before. That is incredibly impressive. Sorry you had to go through it, though. And with that, my yo has been girt. Yeah. I'd say thank you for coming to my TED Talk, but it wasn't really much of my yapping. Always love a yappy chat day. Makes my life easier. Makes my job simpler. I hate to think what I would have been without it. Without what? Thank you for coming to my lead talk. Fuck! Fuck, Tamaru. No, Turtle. Sorry, I sometimes get you two mixed up because your name has the same color in my thing, and they're both ST names. Fuck, Turtle, you're not allowed to be that much funnier than me. Turtle, you gotta save that for your own stream. I was also really mad because I was like, after we finished Berry Berry Berry, and I was thinking about the like, the George W. Bush joke I was making about like the Barry Iran Contra scandal, and it's like, wait, why did I try to force Barry into his name? His last name is literally Bush, the thing berries grow on. Fuck. Without lead poisoning, I would have progressed much further. Oh, I see what you mean. The phrasing, I hate to think what, kind of, I guess, implies like a, yeah, golly, it could have been a lot worse. I hate to think what I'd be like if I didn't do X or Y. No, I understand the of it all. Yeah, the thing I upgrade to Plant 2. I made this, thank you, Miss Dragon. Thank you for coming to my lead talk. Fucking shit. God damn it. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm not treating this with the appropriate amount of like gravitas. And part of that is because my job here is to try to be funny. So thank you for dealing with me fucking... Okay, good, I'm going to steal that turtle. I've been giving lead talks about twice a year. No, I can laugh. I figure you can laugh at it. But I don't know. I always worry about, you know, potentially coming off as a bit crass or insensitive to certain things. Okay, so, like I said, I want to look at this line more, but I at the very least want to actually write down what I've got figured out. And look at our next couple ones. The main thing is that Sis and Bro, Relly, and Ian are considered one of those like really, really difficult endgame fights. They're up there with Preston and Mora. So fingers crossed we can do that. Okay, so for this one, level up. Did we require to level up Noivern in this last fight? To 90. And I do think Noivern at level 90. Yeah, 448. I think that was exactly what we needed. Damn. Might get it up a level anyways. Level up Noiv to 91. Level up Toge to 91. Level up Snee to 91. Okay, pre-damage Noiv to... I do wonder... if we're level 91. So what I'm trying to think about is... am I kind of fine if I just let Toxicroak use Swords Dance and swap to Togedemaru? And I think I am. Because yeah, if it Swords Dances, it still only sees kill with Sucker Punch on Basque Legion and only sees kill with Cross Chop on Toge, as long as we're like at least a few levels up. Literally a single level up. So yeah. I guess let's look at 91, and we only really need the top range of Gunk Shot. I'm shocked how much bulkier Noivern gets with those levels. So to 230. And that's the only pre-damage we need to do. Equip Prim with Lumberry. Equip Noiv and Elec with Choice Scarf. I also have good faith in you for not being mean. You do good for other April. What do you mean other April? Is there another one, or was that just a typo? For others, as in us. Okay, I was like, yo, is this your name reveal? Is this where we find out that that's why you clung to our stream, is because you are also a T-girl April? Okay. Equip Noivern and Electrode with Choice Scarf. Equip Toge with Silver Powder. Equip Basque with Spell Pag? I don't know. Equip Snee with Black Belt. Who's that other dog emote? Oh, golly. Okay, so open with Prim. Oh, I also almost forgot. Heart scales should be at the top of my notes. This makes sense internally. Use a scale to teach Toge U-turn. Okay, open with Prim. F turn to Noiv. KO with D Meteor. Swap to Toxie. Swap to Toge. Swap to Basque. Repeat until all Seed Shop and S Punch PP have been stalled. Use S Shield until Toxie is at max attack. Use U-turn as AI swaps to red. And now to write down the Toxic Growth PP stall. So that's 0, 0 out of 0, 8 for G-Shot. 0, 0 out of 0, 5 for C-Chop. 0, 0 out of 0, 5 for S-Punch. 0, 0 out of 20 for S-Dance. Do you dance? Use U-turn to elect as AI swaps to Dread. Swap to Dread. OHK, well, KO with E-Ball. Blast E-Ball. Swap to, Return of Toxie. Swap to Toge. Use S shield until Toxie is at max attack. U-turn to Snee as AI swaps to Der. As AI swaps to Der. Is it just D-U-R-R? Dura. I'm like, hold on, that shouldn't have red squiggly text. I've definitely fought a Durant before. Who's that dog? Give a dog a bone, Mr. Peanut Butter. I'm sorry, Turtle, I saw your post and I couldn't help myself. Sandstorm plays in the background. I was about to throw it on just for the funnies, but then I realized I can't put on Sandstorm by Darude. But you know what I can put on? I can put on the Sandstorm theme. Okay. Good stretch. Hey, wife. So do we plan on skipping all of the filler in Naruto? It doesn't actually kill 90% of Shippuden. Hold on, I'm gonna Google this really quickly. Hold on. How much of Naruto Shippuden is filler? Hold on. A little loud, Chief. Gotcha. Thank you, Tamaru. I did turn it up because it seemed like it was a little quieter. Okay. Oh, wait a second. My earbuds are turned down. I gotta remember I can just turn my earbuds up. Okay. There we go. Approximately 41% of Naruto Shippuden is filler. 203 filler episodes.
That does knock off.
I hate to use AI overview, but it does conveniently say... I would actually want to, like, look that up, but, like... Yeah.
Who's asking? Or are you...
Me, I was just thinking about it. I was gonna joke to chat about how, like... So, chat, we've been watching Naruto, and it's been crazy. But then I was thinking, like, how much...
Again, I haven't already planned for Bleach. We are watching exactly one filler arc of Bleach.
Well, because the thing is... It's, what, Fullbringers?
Fullbringers is canon.
That's what I thought. I feel like I heard from somewhere that it was
No,
filler.
we are specifically watching the Living Song Hokuto arc because it has really cool character designs, and I really enjoy it.
Okay.
It's It's like the one filler arc.
Gotcha. Because the thing I was going to say is I'm like, Naruto is really infamous for its filler. And I kind of forgot it's like watching the anime, you know, it has filler in the sense that all anime pre-season, like pre the seasonal cycle had filler, which is that there's so many fucking flashbacks. But that's like, you can't quite call that filler, right? You can't like selectively...
Recap episodes are different.
No, not recap episodes. I mean like how we, you know, how many times did we flash back like during the Rock Lee Gaara fight, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Where we would just jump back to like the flash, like, because we got the initial versions of the flashbacks where it's like, okay, it's not really a flashback because we're seeing this information for the first time, but then we're flashing back to the flashback.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, okay, we're doing this a little bit much over the course of 3 episodes. But you know, it's like you can't surgically cut out.
That can't count because like.
Mm-hmm. Free Beast? Hold on, let me just turn this down a little. No, he's not. Yeah, it's really funny. When I was going to bed last night, I was like looking over and I'm like, you know, Java, really liked when you started like sleeping in the bed next to your mom and me. I understand you were probably doing that to like keep warm during the cold months, but I missed that. And then what do you know? This morning, he fucking hops in bed and like cuddles up to us for a little bit.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh.
He got his foot like right in my face, so I wasn't able to hold the position for too long, but I like managed to keep him there for probably like 15 minutes. And it's like, oh, he heard me. He heard my anguish. My anglerfish. But yeah, but like, so Naruto's like pretty infamous for its filler. And it's funny because like, you know, we're up through the like first main portion of the tuning exams, and it's like, oh wow, we haven't had any filler yet. Like, and this kind of fucking whips. Like, I don't know, this is kind of great. And I'm wondering, I'm like, when's it gonna hit? Like, when does the first proper pause in the action happen? And we like start hitting pointless bullshit. Because I remember the first episode that I like truly remember as a filler episode. And I don't remember where it happens. Because it happens before Sasuke fucks off. But also, I could have swore that Sasuke fucks off like after the end of the tuning exams. So it's like, I don't know. I really don't know. Just stop wiggling him at me, that turkey haunch. Okay, anyways, swap to Endura. 1 to 2 hit KO with combat. Revenge of Return of Toxie. Swap to Togai. Use S shield until Toxie is at max attack. And we can also weave in with these spiky shields, like fake out on ineffective turns, just to be able to conserve a little bit of PP. Because we need to be able to stall like 12 turns against Toxicroak, and I think Spiky Shield only has 10. Okay, but also I think we have to get rid of Nuzzle for this to work. Because we do need someone to be able to KO Toxicroak at the end of the day. And like, I don't know, Nuzzle does some damage, but it doesn't do enough. And it's like, in theory, I don't know, how much does he do with Struggle? that much. Life Orb boosted struggle. Especially if we save some spiky shields for him to struggle into. But yeah. So use spiky shield until Toxie is at max attack. You turn to Snee as AI swaps to Roto. I suppose it's Roto M. Swap to Roto M. KO with Hijab. Oh god, what other R word do we have? What other R word do we have to make this funny? Also, I would call that filler because it would make me go, oh, bitch, I know this already, it just happened, and I skip it. See, I agree, Turtle. I just think it's really hard to, like, precision excise all of the, like, you know, collective 5 minutes of wasted time in every episode. Though, one of the fun things about watching old Naruto is you can really tell... You can tell when an episode's gonna whip ass because you notice, like, the animation looks a little different. It's like, oh, this episode got passed off to the studio that does the, like, really high-fidelity fights. It's like, you notice it for, like, the end of the Zabuza arc, you notice it for the fight with Orochimaru in the Forest of Death, and you notice it for the Rock Lee fight, where you're like, oh, they're doing shading differently in this one, and there's a lot more CGI for the background, so they can do crazy moving camera shots. This is gonna whip ass. Also, like, low-key, the plot of Naruto is way more interesting to watch as an adult, now that I, like, have an idea for these, like, an understanding of, like, the tropes of feudal Japanese politics that you see in other shows. You know, like, I'm not a fucking scholar or anything, I'm no Leica. But, like, I understand the broad strokes, to at least get shit that flew over my head as a kid. Revenge of Return of Toxie Requiem. No. Requiem of a Revenge of a Return of Toxie. Swap to Toge. Use S shield until Toxie is at max attack. You turn to Snee as AI swaps to Good. Is it G-O-O-D? It is G-O-O-D. Swap. Alright. Yeah, swap to Good. Oh wait, well, not OH, it's just a regular KO with good combat. Well, now you've given me the idea of watching Naruto, but only with Leica, so it can pause and give me the context for what politically is going on, the way we watched that one movie. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like it's nearly as in-depth, even the previous... Wait, I love it, everyone is gay, even Jiraiya, Well, okay, the reason that Jiraiya is gay is because he was his squad's Naruto, which means that, yes, he's at least a little gay for Orochimaru. Like, again, I mentioned this in the Discord, how it's like, I never realized that literally every squad in this show has the exact same competition, a Naruto, a Sasuke, and girl. And that includes the 3 Sannin. You have Jiraiya, who's your Naruto, you have Orochimaru, who's your Sasuke, and you have your Tsunade, who is girl. Rock Lee is the only man I believe is straight. You know, he's the only one you believe is straight because he's the only one who engages in direct camp. He's the only one comfortable enough in his sexuality to be straight.
That's right.
Rock Lee is ace as fuck. That's not true. He
That's
spends.
not true.
Unfortunate. Well, okay, he could be ace, but be not a romantic. Look, I'm just saying that.
I can believe that. That man loves a romance.
Yeah, that man wanted that Sakurusi real bad.
Oh yeah. It's Shoji or Ace King. Is Shoji good? Is Shoji have a
See,
good
the thing is, if I had to say one of them was the Ace King, it would be like Shikamaru.
Here's the thing. I know some of the kids.
Does he have one?
Yeah.
Good for him.
I know the mom too.
Is it Ino?
No.
No? Who is it? No, yeah, no. Okay. Okay, I'm glad I remembered. You remember what I joked earlier? I'm like, the Chunin exam, you get to see the best ship in Naruto.
Oh, really?
That's who he faces off against in
That's
round 2.
powerful. That
It's
is a power couple.
it's a
and I
great
love it.
it's a great fight. Okay. Oh, good, based.
No, I am obsessed with Sans Legends. I
He-
think they're gonna be my babies forever.
Pyo makes an excellent point though. He loves romance but no sex, only training. Yeah, no. I think I'm willing to believe that Rock Lee doesn't know what sex is, but he does feel romantic attraction.
Correct. I'm so ready to be Akatsuki. I waited all my life to be Akatsuki.
I can't remember the name of the fish guy. Yeah, because I always get his name mixed up with Zabuza. Ah, God. Sorry, chat. I know you weren't expecting the theme of this stream to be Naruto and lead poisoning, but if you think about it, what's the difference? Bug Dude is my favorite. We love Shino. We love Shino. A lot of
Shino also Ace King.
Yeah, no. And the best part, my favorite part of this experience is because we're watching the dub, obviously. You know, we want to get that, like, proper, like, you know, watching anime in the early 2000s experience. And so many moments, I will see a shot from the tuning exam, and it's like someone flashbanged my cerebral cortex with, like, oh, that was a Toonami bumper. That was, like, a clip from the show that they would play whenever you would go to or back from a commercial break during, like, watching this on Toonami. And it fucking, ooh, oh God, it's bringing me back. It's bringing me back to a person I didn't know existed.
Not to mention, like, it's so fun to sit and listen and be like, do I know that voice? And it's like, yeah, I do actually. They're in everything. There's so many I know that voices in this show.
All right, so we've got, so Swap to Toxie, we have Return of Toxie, Revenge of Return of Toxie, Requiem of a Revenge of a Return of Toxie, and End His Suffering. Swap to Toge, spam, S strike until KO. Only watch Naruto, no Shippuden, I've been told I miss so much. It's complicated. The problem is that the like longest arc in Shippuden is like filler. like the longest canon arc is filler. I don't know what's wrong with the Great Ninja War. I just know that it sucks ass and it's like 80% of that show. And takes place over the course of like 2 days, I think. Like, I think there are literally more animated minutes of real time watching the Great Ninja War than was actually spent in the Great Ninja War. To be fair, though, I guess that's kind of like, you know, Goku on Namek, right? Okay. So, I also want to calc out Swimmer Boy Santiago, but I don't know if he's in the sun or is in the rain, so I'm going to calc his fight twice. One in the sun, one in the rain. It's an optional, it won't take very long. So... Okay. So, first things first, he opens with a Zoroark Hisui. At level 80. I'm so glad that you guys can finally see all this shit, by the way. I'm sorry that it's cropped so awkwardly. That's just how, you know... It's how I have this cropped, so that way you can actually see the numbers. Okay, that's the gym. Because, yeah, this is, like, the only optional on this chunk of the map. And it's got some kind of scary guys. Zoroark, Hisui, Starmie, and Dragonite, so I just want to make sure. Okay. So, Illusion. Not that that matters. Probably very easy to kill with, like, a Sneasler. Wait, I only watched Naruto, no Shippuden. I asked April who she thinks my problematic fate was going to be, and she not only had an answer for me, but she was in fact correct, and I'm mad about it. Second Hokage. So I actually don't know that much about the first and second Hokage. Nagara, she prefaced it with, he's not actually problematic, I promise. But this one, this is your one. Honestly, that makes so much sense of what I'll know of you. Yeah, you are. You wanted to be. You asked to be read.
I know, but I didn't think...
You asked to be read and dragged for filth.
Yes, no, this is correct.
Okay, so hold on. I think with Expert Belt, Zoroark actually, or Sneasler might actually sweep. So Sneasler with knockoff, even though he doesn't have a held item, I'm now realizing, we just do that much damage. Yeah. Okay. So Ice Punch. Just need to make sure Zoroark here doesn't have any Prio moves. Phantom Force, Hyper Voice, Grudge, Bestow. Yeah. Until the user's next turn, if an opposing Pokemon attack knocks the user out, that move loses all remaining PP. Huh. Whack. Okay. So yeah, Sneasler kills Zoroark. Get back up here, Sneasler. Expert Belt. Level 91. And I assume that works in both Rain and Sun. Shocking. And with Ice Punch, I have to assume this would be an inner... Oop, that's my Dragonite. Link set. There we go. Level 80. Yeah, okay. Ice Punch threatens fast kill on Dragonite, so it won't come in. Though, Dragonite do have extreme speed. Okay, so we will have to worry about taking an extreme speed from Dragonite, but that's probably fine. Yeah. And that's in Rain and in Sun. Okay. So we just need to worry about if Starmie is willing to come in or not. Seems like it. Seems like knockoff doesn't quite do enough damage. Become real close, though. But we definitely can't leave Sneasler in for any hits. We do actually probably need to write down Starmie's moves. So, Hydro Pump, Psychic, Recover, Ice Beam. Yeah, okay, so it's always going to be Psychic. Which is good. That lets us swap to a Dark type who can actually kill. Oh, yeah. About to get jumped on. Hello, little man. He did not yum.
Take me out.
A beastful day and many lucks to us, indeed. I wish my Bones boyfriend still lived in the same town as me. I could give him bones. Turtle, what? Also, oh wait. Oh, I missed a lot. I didn't mean it in a mean way. My brother was asking if anyone wants deer bones in the family group chat. I want so badly, but I don't know where I put them or how to make sure they're clean and degreased. I probably didn't take it as a mean way. It's just so funny to me because I didn't know that much about him yet. We just finished this fight with Lee. Is this your first time that I missed this bit? Of hers, yes. Yeah, no. Naruto was my childhood anime. Bleach was hers. So I'm giving her a little cultural introduction. She had me watch up to like the early bits of the Saving Ruki arc in Bleach a while ago.
Technically, my childhood anime was Inuyasha. My first real anime that I watched in a proper series was Bleach because my uncle got me into it in 6th grade because I was a tiny kid with a bob cut and my friends wanted to go to second and he's like, oh, just wear your karate uniform. Be Rukia, it's fine. And I'm like, who the fuck is that? And then he changed my life.
The fuck's a Rukia? Yeah, okay, so this is a natural cure Starmie. Dark Pulse definitely kills it. And we come in on Psychic, even if we came in on Crit Hydro Pump, we're fine. Okay. So, Dragonite. Oh, that's funny. How much does extreme speed do to you, Greninja? Less than it does to Sneasler. Huh. Yeah, 67. But slightly lower base HP, but... wacky. Oh, but a higher IV. Okay. Yeah, so I think we could just give... well, what else does Dragonite get? Because if it doesn't... like, if it sees a kill move with something... ideally, we want to make sure we don't accidentally get killed. Dueling Beat, Draco Meteor, Dragon Claw. And it doesn't look like any of them kill. Be that in rain or sun. Yeah, all we need is a Life Orb. And then at that point, you don't even really care, right? Okay, so I guess I'll just write... weather... irrelevant. Is that how you spell irrelevant? So... teach Snee and Gren I Punch. I suppose I could give... because Sneasler probably doesn't need Expert Belt, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we can give Sneasler the Black Belt and give Greninja the Expert Belt. I could probably just clear this whole thing with Greninja, couldn't I? Hold on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could totally do this with just Greninja. That's really funny. Teach Gren I Punch. Equip Gren with Expert Belt. Then with Gren. OHKO with... We'll do Night Slash just to be safe, in case it somehow gives Grudge priority. Swap to Star. OHKO with D-Pulse. Swap to Drag. OHKO with I Punch. Okay, cool. Nice and easy. Now to do real fights, so next up is Swimmer Boy Zapator, which I believe is a sun fight. Okay, what do we gotta do? I'm seeing Garchomp. So, Intimidate, Lumberry, Toxic Spikes, Regular Spikes, Throat Chop, Explode. Ooh. Well, you're a nasty one, ain't ya? You're a nasty, nasty bitch. I don't know why I said it like that. That was unpleasant. So, the important thing to note is that he cannot explode turn 1. Throat Chop, Explosion, Toxic Spikes. In theory, if we bait a Throat Chop into Garchomp, right? Like, if we open with someone who shows a fast kill to Throat Chop, swap to Garchomp, Rough Skin does damage. Though, actually, we wouldn't even need to worry about Rough Skin. We could just kill him. It's a shame that Mega Chomp's just a little slower. But, yeah, let's see. Who do we have who's, like, weak as fuck? Oh, never mind. Mega Houndoom just kills. 'Cause solar power. Aw, that whips. Okay. Never mind then. Micah, it's your time to shine, bud. So we do lose a chunk of HP doing this, but that's fine. I think it's like 1/8. Sunny Day is active. The Pokemon special attack is multiplied by 1.5 and it loses 1/8 of its maximum HP. Run it down at the end of each turn. These effects are prevented if the Pokemon is holding a utility umbrella. Wait, what are we talking about?
Where we left off with Bleach. Did you see the email this time? I'm trying to remember.
I don't recall the name. Was that the first big fight, really?
I think it's Gonzo gets us over the wall.
Because we beat the redhead. But, like, we were really checked out at that point, so I would want to rewind. Spiky redhead?
Okay. We fought Reggie back.
No, like at the foot of the tower. Would I remember that it was at the foot of the tower if I hadn't... Yeah, pretty sure.
We got that far?
Hmm? But we weren't paying that much attention, was the thing. Yes, we did. Why would I remember it?
Because that's an icon. You see that shit.
We can rewind. I'm fine
Did
rewinding.
you see Kenpachi?
No. We, like, got the Kenpachi.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, he saw you first, right?
Okay. So, Mega Houndoom outspeeds and kills Overquill. We could definitely get ourselves low enough to... That's crazy that Mega Houndoom threatens a KO on Talonflame with fucking Fire Blast. Oh, that rules. Houndoom, what other moves can you learn? Because it doesn't just boost Fire-type moves, it's all special attacks. Because we could teach this thing Solar Beam, and it would probably actually do really good with it. I mean, there's no one here who we could really use it on other than, like, Slowking, but, like... That really doesn't kill, huh? Regenerator Colberberry? Colberberry reduces dark type damage, right? It's Rindo that stops grass? Yeah. Chat, you're so impressed by my intimate knowledge of, how this shit works. I suppose it's because Solar Beam isn't stab and fire attacks are being boosted by the sun. So it's actually like Solar Beam is high base power and it's super effective, but it's like stab boost, 50% sun boost, 50% solar power boost. So, makes sense. If it was on like regular Houndoom, Solar Beam would be a lot more impressive, like comparatively. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Assuming we keep ourselves at full HP, we can dodge acrobatics. It's the first thing that sees a kill on us. Ooh, well. Oh no, we're slower than Electivire, yeah. Okay, perfect. And we have just enough HP to not accidentally bait Wild Charge. So... we could, in theory, EQ into a Flyer and then Wild Charge into, like, a Garchomp. Hell, we could just EQ into a Garchomp. Okay. Assume that even works at 91. It does. We could also, in theory, Choice Scarf up Elixir. Because, like, what level does she need to be at? See, the sad thing is, it's like, I would love Choice Scarf, because then, you know, like, fast Earthquake into... Although, Ice Punch, how much do you do to Arcanine? Not as much as I'd hoped. So I'm wondering, like, could we PP stall that Ice Punch? Could we trap this poor fucking Electivire? Because being able to Earthquake and then U-turn off of whatever comes in would be really nice. Okay, it's possible Urshifu just comes in. We could make Solar Beam. So we could use some of these Flyers to bait Earthquake, and we could probably use some of them to bait Wild Charge. Oh, Aerodactyl, how you disappoint me. Not actually. Ooh, we could even use Electros to bait Weather Ball. Though it is worth noting also, Electivire here does have a Life Orb. In the sun, we could, in theory, try to have it KO itself. Like, Ice Punch into a Wall Rain with leftovers. It goes for Wild Charge. We swap back into Flygon. Could be kind of funny. Hell, in theory, it probably doesn't even really need the leftovers. Well, I don't know. That's a lot of Ice Punches. Yeah, I don't think Citrus Berry would be a super safe option. I mean, safer than you'd think. So I assume Sneasler obviously can't come in on Earthquake. Ah, it's frustrating. Corviknight does bait Wild Charge or Weather Ball. Though, in theory, if we gave it Assault Vest, we could get it down to just Wild Charge. But then we're using up a choice item, and I don't want to do that. I do not want to. Do-do-do-do-do. So the easy answer is to just choice Scarf Flygon, right? 89, 88. Okay, so we would need to be level 89. And have a choice Scarf. So at that point, we beat Electivire with theoretically full HP. And we could even still bait Acrobatics on Talonflame. Assuming we pre-damage. We don't even need to pre-damage, theoretically. Okay, we could get Slurpuff in for Dazzling Gleam kill. But then it's proccing Unburden, so... Absolutely insane that Houndoom can swap in on this kid off of the, like, Fairy Gem boosted Dazzling Gleam and kill. But I guess it's not actually weak to Fairy now, is it? Yeah, the problem is Unburden. So I think we would prefer to not bait in Slurpuff. Okay. Yeah. +1 speed. Oh, Venusaur outspeeds. 76.8, 75.2. Okay, we could... Well, it's complicated. We couldn't safely get Venusaur in a way where it wouldn't go for growth. Though... Ooh, yeah. Growth in the sun would be real fucking dangerous. Well, maybe not the Dragonite. We even have dual wing beat too. So, ooh, or Aerodactyl. Yeah, if we could get Aerodactyl in on, well, no, we couldn't. I mean, I suppose if we got it in on Earth Power, it'd be theoretically fine, but no, I don't like that. So yeah, get in D-Knight, give it a Sharp Beak. I think it's fine if we come in on, yeah, Weather Ball or Growth. So if we come in on Weather Ball and we get crit, we take 36.1 twice if we, you know, get double crit. And then if it's not attack, if it's special attack, is it +2? Yeah, we're fine. Okay. So I don't think we do that yet. I'm leaning towards having Flygon bait Talonflame. Just, it's the classic, right? Bait Acrobatics into Arcanine. Arcanine then kills you with Rock Slide. I think in theory, like, yeah, crit Acrobatics into crit Solar Beam. I mean, if we have a choice Scarf. Okay, in theory, we could use our second choice item here. I don't like doing that, but... I mostly just want to make sure we don't accidentally... Well... Yeah, it's... I'm trying to think, like, I don't want to bait in Slurpuff, but in theory, if Slurpuff hits the field, clicks Dazzling Gleam, and, like, doesn't kill us, we hit it with Flare Blitz, we hit it with E-Speed. It's not the worst outcome in the world. But it's hard to consistently get Slurpuff in, right? So, let's see, what's the lowest possible HP we can be at? If we had, like, a Citrus Berry. So that's 293 divided by 4 comes out to 73. So 73 plus 293 comes out to 366. And then acrobatics does slightly more than solar beam. So minus 128 comes out to 238. Minus 127 comes out to 111, which is above psychic range. Be Venusaur for Earth Power or Solar Beam. See, what's nice about this is that it's never growth, and it's the move that does less damage into Talonflame. So yeah, I think Arcanine with Citrus Berry works here. Because then we get in Dragonite. Because Dragonite comes in either Solar Beam or Earth Power. Takes no damage. And then KOs. Well, after taking the Weather Ball. I don't think Weather Ball can status. Yeah. Yeah, nothing about the status effects. Okay. So that's one option. Turtonator killing is funny. So in this world, we currently still have access to Choice Scarf, which is good. Because I think if Dragonite can have enough HP, it's probably going to bait in Slurpuff, right? Because we're faster than both Slurpuff and Slowking, and we're taking at least a Weather Ball. Which means it's likely Slurpuff Dazzling Gleam. We didn't use a Choice Scarf on Arcanine. I imagine if we bring in Sneasler. We need a damage booster. So I was going to say we could give Sneasler the Scarf and then kill with P-Jab, but it's not quite enough. Because Unburden is at ×2, right? Yeah, it is. And then we just get our shit rocked. But unfortunately, none of our guys who kill it good are faster than it at +2. Who else can fight Venusaur? Established Turtonator. Established Aerodactyl. Assume Mega Aerodactyl. How much damage do you do to Slurpuff with Dual Wind Beat? Not that much. Wow, that's kind of crazy, actually, yeah. That's what, 96.9%? So, in theory, Roserade with Assault Vest could beat Slurpuff off Dazzling Gleam. Though I think if it's faster than us and we threaten a KO with Sludge Bomb, I think it can Calm Mind. And if it Calm Minds, we're in trouble because, you know, we can live like a Dazzling Gleam crit and a Flamethrower crit, but can we live Dazzling Gleam crit into +1 Flamethrower crit? But it's a thought. Lucario, how much damage do you do? Quite a bit. Need to be able to get you in on like a psychic, but... So the thing is, what I'm gathering is that, for the most part, Choice Scarf Flygon can swap in on almost all of Electivire's moves. Arcanine can come in on all of Talonflame's. Dragonite can come in on all of Venusaur's. I think we want to try to get Slurpuff in early. Clicking a move that we can, like, get around it with. Or in theory, like... something. Oh no. Accidentally adjusted my graphic. I tore down the illusion. Don't look at the rabbit behind the curtain. I need to use the bathroom, so I'll be right back. My stupid fucking rotisserie chicken ass son. I get out of the bathroom and he's just on the table like he's waiting to pounce or something. And he stays there for a full 20 seconds while I get a photo of it. Also, I need to take my pills. Hashtag my pills. Hashtag girls with pills. Hashtag prescriptions. Indeed. Hashtag my prescription. Because I forgot to take them, they're actually a postscription. Okay. So, I'm also wondering, do we have anyone who can handle this fucking Slowking? Houndoom, actually. It looks like Houndoom can handle this Slowking. So that's cool. Ooh, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, we can actually use Beat Up on it, and the first hit will get rid of the Culver Berry. Yeah, I don't think it's a 2-hit KO, but... So this is good, though. This means that, especially if we can bait Slowking in on Psychic, we potentially can do a lot. Though, does Solar Power do damage at the end of each turn? Interesting. So, I'm not sure if it's a perfect plan. The patient needs posting to live. It's true. I just got cat fever from petting too many cats in this game. It's so silly. Oh no! Oh no, not cat fever. I'm horribly embarrassed that me making these sounds is now saved on the internet forever. I'm also applying cream to my hands. Hashtag my cream. I don't like that the music cut out when I said that. Chat, who up, creamin' they mitts? Okay. So, yeah. The nice thing, though, is that I think the Slowking is pretty beatable. Ooh, yeah, if we can get Roserade in on a Grass Knot, hell, even Ice Beam, theoretically. We can kill. I assume Torterra does it with Wood Hammer. Wait, Torterra outspeeds! Holy fuck. We found it. The one Pokemon Torterra can outspeed. Okay, so if Torterra can come in on literally, like, any move but Ice Beam, like, even Flamethrower, as long as we're, like, pre-statused, all we need is, like, a Citrus Berry to live that plus Wood Hammer recoil. Hashtag Girl Scream, I guess. Okay. So, what I'm thinking is, we want to get Slurpuff in early, or get Slurpuff in last. Because I'm just not sure. Like, if Roserade... Well, no, she needs Assault Vest, so she can't Chain Kill. So what I think is interesting about Solar Power is that it's damage at the end of the turn, right? Instead of when you use an attack. So I think that theoretically means we don't take Solar Power damage on the last turn of the fight if we get the KO. Just food for thought. Yeah, we have plenty of Pokemon that can KO Slurpuff if they can swap in on a move that isn't Dazzling Gleam. Hell, even Mega Houndoom, actually. So, maybe that's worth considering. Now, the question is, how do we pull that off, though? Mega Houndoom is best at baiting an Electivire. Who do we have who can beat Electivire, but not bait in Talonflame? I need to be able... It can't be Flamethrower. It has to be someone who dies to Psychic. Which my best bet for that is Sneasler. But I don't think... Yeah, then Sneasler baits in Acrobatics from Talonflame. And Sneasler doesn't even bait in Slurpuff because we show a fast kill with Poison Jab. So, maybe instead, we try to get Talonflame in early. Which we can absolutely do with an effectively pre-damaged Houndoom Mega. We don't even need to do a super low pre-damage. We just need to get the top roll of Acrobatics. So... I mean, that doesn't really work with Armaldo, but... Especially because Flare Blitz can burn. Okay, so something worth noting. Sneasler, do you threaten like a KO on Slowking? No, but you do threaten a KO with Psychic. Okay, because what I'm thinking is Talonflame into Arcanine. Arcanine with Citrus Berry, as we established, because we're coming in on Acrobatics, always bait Venusaur afterwards on either Earth Power or Solar Beam, most likely Earth Power. Dragonite beats Venusaur. And then we would bait in Slurpuff, but we're a little faster. So instead, we would bait in Electivire for Ice Punch or Wild Charge. I guess... Actually, now that I think about it, we don't need Sharpbeak. We can give Dragonite, whatchamacallit, a Citrus Berry. Because if Dual Wing Beat fails to kill, we can just E-Speed the next turn to get the last damage we need. So, we need to examine the lowest possible damage that we could take. As established, Arcanine never baits Weather Ball, and Venusaur can never go for Growth because we threaten a one-hit KO with Flare Blitz, and it just sees kills with moves. So if we swap to Dragonite, we'll assume, because we don't need to worry about lowest possible damage taken. We always show a kill to Ice Punch. We just need to make sure we don't show a kill to Wild Charge. Because if that's the case, we could potentially bait that Ice Punch. Oh god, it's like... Oh, it's such a shame our Houndoom isn't just a little faster. Ah, if we had one more point of speed, we could get Houndoom in on Ice Punch to kill. So, worth noting, no one can be frozen in Sunny Day. We did establish this. So we don't need to worry about whoever we swap into getting frozen. But, like, in theory, if Arcanine has enough HP, we could swap into Arcanine on Ice Punch to then bait Earthquake and or Wild Charge into Flygon, or we just find someone who can kill it after taking an Ice Punch. Or in theory, just use like a Wall Rain or something as a pivot. No. Yes? No. Yes. No. Yes. Ugh, golly. Okay. So, let's see. Let's assume... So, since it can't go for growth, it would be... Okay, that's interesting, yeah. Because it could go for growth on this turn, I think. But that's fine. Min damage doesn't matter, thankfully. Oh yeah, because Focus Sash. Which means also, yeah. Why the heck is eyeliner, why the heck is eyeliner so effing hard to do? I wish I could tell you. Pio, I gave up on makeup a long time ago. I just coast by on being kind of cute and having a lot of natural blush. I want to learn makeup. I want to learn makeup, but the thought of it's so overwhelming. Same, April. Yeah, no, it's... Because I know it can be done good, like, and quickly. My girlfriend is fucking incredible with makeup. And it takes her, like, 5 minutes. I just convinced pretty girls to do my eyeliner for me. I have lip product recommendations. Honestly, Turtle, because you fucking kill it whenever you throw on lipstick. I would not complain. I did see a thing recently about how to avoid getting, like, if you're, like, a black lipstick girly, how to avoid getting, like, that line on the inside of your mouth where you, like, do lip stain first and then you wipe it off and then you actually apply it. Okay. So... yeah, shit. But Wild Charge being 65% means it's actually kind of hard to thread the needle, right? Do we have another answer for Talonflame, maybe? Assume that's Explosion Kill. Yeah. And you don't even live 2 acrobatics. Well, technically, the second acrobatics is weaker, but... okay, the level 91 Turtonator might actually live both of those. Problem is we would bait in Slurpuff for functionally random move. Togedemaru can get a lot of free damage in on Talonflame, but not really enough. We suffer so much from being minus speed. Yeah. So, like, do we have someone who resists both ice and electric? No. No, you do not. I guess you do? And its name is Excadrill? That was not what I was expecting. Because we can definitely stay out of Weather Ball range. That much, like, I'm positive about. Like, yeah, in theory, if we get double crit, it procs Citrus, but it's so hard to figure out, like, okay, what's a safe amount of HP to pre-damage by, so that way it always procs Citrus if I take damage, but not enough. I don't fucking what? Especially clicking Dual Wing Beat, the fact that it just has a chance to kill Venusaur, right? And I can't E-Speed and then Dual Wing Beat, because then we're taking a bunch of hits. Although, I mean, maybe that's fine, though? No, because if we get hit by, say, Solar Beam on the swap-in, yeah, that would definitely put us in range. And if we went for E-Speed first and then Dual Wing Beat, and it goes for Growth, because it can always go for Growth because of Focus Sash. It would need to be a DWB. DWB, also known as the Wing Beat. Okay. love to get rid of me first. Would love that. It kind of helps, but I love letting my like songs go on random mode and I roll into fucking Wolverine. Fuck Wolverine Bongo. Everybody's sick of this motherfucker. And yet he wants me to solve them. Dude, fucking Song of the Summer, fuck Wolverine Bongo. You know, actually, Excadrill beating Electivire we would need to be able, or we would need to guarantee, because I'm like, ooh, Excadrill actually does guarantee bait Flamethrower. At least it's like highest damaging move. We would need to use our Scarf for it, but we currently haven't used any of our choice items. The problem is coming in on Wild Charge, though. Because then if we don't take anything, we bait in Slowking. Which isn't necessarily awful, but... Fuck Wolverine Bongo. Ooh, okay, Basket Legion also actually beats Slowking's ass. Cold Berry too, so it never gets used up unless I choose to use it up. Yeah, okay. Because does Excadrill always... Not even... Well, yes, technically it does bait it always, because Slowking doesn't have any other moves it can go for. So... Is it possible to build a diverging line here? I can't pre-freeze Basket Legion, but I need Spell Tag for the damage. I could pre-Toxic. And then, yeah, we outspeed kill Poltergeist, and then... The problem is that Slurpuff's highest damaging is Dazzling Gleam, which is problematic. See, it's like Arcanine's so good for killing this guy. All we need is, like, Charcoal. Okay, maybe we need more than Charcoal. Well, hold on. Yeah, all we need is Charcoal. So, maybe... Because it's like, if we could guarantee a Flamethrower on the turn we swap to Roserade, we're good, right? But if we get Dazzling Gleamed, and it becomes faster than us, then we run into problems. Because, like, we could give Roserade an Assault Vest. But also, if Excadrill took an Ice Punch, low roll is... Okay, so... 303 minus 113 comes out to 190 versus Slurpuff. Well within Flamethrower range. Does crit put us into D-Gleam range? I don't think so. So I need to be over 103. Okay. So... Because Basket Legion can also absolutely come in on a Psychic from Slowking. Worth noting, actually, if we bait Flamethrower, we can just swap into Houndoom. Okay, so what happens... I feel like if I could find another guy who could beat Talonflame so I could just save Arcanine. Good to know Rock Tomb kills. Without making contact, too. +1 speed, Aerodactyl is faster than everything. No, it's not. It's slower than Venusaur. Venusaur does more damage than Slurpuff. So it would eat up one of our choice items. And Excadrill would need the other one to be able to beat... What are you giggling about over there? You found me a song? Link it to me.
Well, I got it covered, so we'll listen to the original. Otherwise, I'll just give you another.
Okay. Alright, hold on. Wife had to send me a thing. I need to look at it. Well, I'll click on that later. Armaldo really suffers from being partially weak to rock. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Because, like... I suppose we don't necessarily need Excadrill. Like, let's get rid of all of its moves except for Ice Punch and Weather Ball. So, Wild Charge, Ice Punch. Turtonator can't do it though, because it then dies to Earthquake. Urshifu dies to Wild Charge. I don't think Ulara outspeeds at level 91 with a Choice Scarf. She does not. Nor does she kill, actually. It's so annoying, because it's like really easy to only get Ice Punch. Like... Okay, maybe we should do this a little differently. So, Houndoom. You beat this guy's ass with a Flamethrower. We could get in Venusaur on... No, we couldn't. Because the amount we would have to set our HP to would just bait in Talonflame. Okay. So maybe if we just look at different options, right? Especially if we're using Dragonite later. Because what could be possible here with Electivire? My only real makeup recommendation is the Sport Fixive by Revolution makeup. It holds like nothing else I've tried. Huh. Learning moments. Because, like, okay. We have the option of coming in on EQ and baiting Ice Punch into something. Actually, Arcanine with the Choice Scarf does just kill this guy with Flare Blitz. And then it would be Earth Power Dragonite, right? It would always be Earth Power Dragonite. Which means swap back to Dragonite, KO Venusaur. 61, 94. So we could, in theory, pre-damage Dragonite such that, because the problem, right? We know we're coming out on Earth Power, but we can't actually guarantee we're going to get hit by Weather Ball. But as long as we pre-damage ourselves such that Talonflame always sees a kill with Acrobatics, we can get it in next. Ooh, but that would require us getting our HP low enough to show Wild Charge to Electivire. Maybe using Toxic? Because, like, if we pre-Toxic, right? We come in on EQ, we are above the range where we would bait that. We take a little bit of damage. We do the swap. We then bring Dragonite in against Venusaur. And essentially, all we need to account for... the number of turns it would take, though, is pretty rough. Instead of a Citrus Berry, we could... Well, we wouldn't want a Citrus Berry. We could give Dragonite a Life Orb. So that way, we always guarantee the kill with Dual Wing Beat, and it always drops our HP below the range. Because we can show Talonflame a fast kill versus Slurpuff slow kill. And I think that needle we could pretty effectively thread. Because we just need to make sure that we never die to critical hit Weather Ball, but we always get our HP down to 61%, but we're always above the 65% to bait Wild Charge. I think that works. We always bait Acrobatics, because, oh, boo-hoo, it goes for Roost. It never goes for Roost. We swap to our Choice Scarf Arcanine, which means we're faster than it. We kill it with Rock Slide. Now, the problem is that then we're choice locked into Rock Slide. And, I mean, Slurpuff hits the field, right? I mean, how much damage do we need to take? We might be able to get Slowking in for out damage. I will say we've at least done an incredible bit of slot compression. Arcanine being able to KO Electivire is very powerful tech. Well, because we've taken an Ice Punch, and we've taken an Acrobatics. Because, yeah, we can never bait any move other than Acrobatics if we're using Life Orb. I don't think. Oh, maybe. It could be possible we get Flare Blitzed, so let's see. Lowest possible damage in all situations. We're going to assume Arcanine is level 91 for this. We just can't beat Slurpuff with Rock Slide, especially after all the hits we've taken. and it's like we bait either Deegleam or Psychic because of that Fairy Gem. I feel like we're getting somewhere. The alternative is to just, I mean, guarantee Slurpuff in on Deegleam, right? The problem is at that point, we're choice locked into Flare Blitz, and we're not going to be able to get that kill. This is a really fun fight, though. I like how many potential avenues we have to tackle it from. Absolutely incredible how much damage Surging Strikes does, despite being in the sun. It's just the issue of Calm Mind, right? Because, like, I don't think... Let me get the AI doc open. Flashbang warning. Also, I'm gonna throw on something that isn't the desert theme. Ooh, you know what? Battle Gym Leader music. Okay. So, Calm Mind. I think that's 2 C's. So, I believe Calm Mind Quiver Dance. Your Pokemon has a special attacking move and no physical attacking moves. It's treated as defensive setup. Otherwise, it's treated as offensive setup. So we need to look at defensive setup. So, your Pokemon can KO the AI, and AI doesn't have Sturdy or Focus Sash active. Now... Because if it's faster than me, wouldn't it still set up? So, default, your Pokemon is incapacitated. This is not the case. The AI has Store Power or Body Press. The move boosts defense. Your Pokemon has a physical move and no special moves. Okay. Its move boosts special defense. Your Pokemon has a special move and a physical move, so that is an additional +1. Because if Slurpuff is incapable, like, if we were wrong and Slurpuff is actually just full-on incapable of using Calm Mind against us, even if it outspeeds, then in theory we're fine. Princess Silmar, come to my aid. Yeah, it says never Calm Mind. Even if it's faster. Because if we're able to just bait Slurpuff in... Because I do think at that point, like... It might be a little hard to guarantee that we get Slurpuff in for D-Gleam. Because we have... Well, no, it's treated as offensive setup because we have physical moves. And we show a fast 2-hit KO, so it has to go for D-Gleam on the first turn, no matter what, right? See, it could be Calm Mind if we do less than half, but at 91. Oh, that's actually probably because we underspeed. Yeah, no, still C. But at 91, we threaten a 2 4-hit KO with the Wing Beat, preventing it from using Calm Mind. Because I know that defensive setup's a little different than offensive setup. And it's like, I guess threatening a slow 1-hit KO somehow doesn't prevent it? Which feels wrong, right? Like, it makes sense for regular defensive moves, but in something like Calm Mind's case, where it is both defense and offense, it is kind of strict. Like a strict upgrade for Slurpuff, right? Slurpluff. Okay. So... let's see. We can guarantee Venusaur into Dragonite is only ever clicking Weather Ball. Or nothing. Which is weird, because if it clicks nothing, then it's Slowking for Ice Beam. Oh, that's kind of awkward, actually. Well, if we give Dragonite Life Orb, then we're always baiting V-Gleam. But then we might bait Acrobatics. Because if Talonflame sees a kill, it'll always come in. Oh, wow, we kill it with Draco Meteor. Go Dragonite. Go Queen. Extinction Event Queen. In theory, if we can get Turtonator in on any move other than Acrobatics, it could blow itself up. Aerodactyl can't kill this guy. I don't think Mega Aerodactyl can kill this guy either. Nah, best he can do is set up Tailwind. Well, we could use Sneasler. Sneasler can technically come in on Ice Punch and kill. We would have to bait Ice Punch, but that's doable. And then at that point, we get Talonflame in for pretty much anything. Which, okay, is a swap to... yeah, so okay. Electivire goes for EQ. We swap to Dragonite. Goes for Ice Punch. We swap to the Slur. Or in this case... if we can guarantee that it goes for Ice Punch, I'd still probably be Venusaur into Excadrill here. Yeah, for Weather Ball. Or Earth Power, actually. Because it's the one thing that outspeeds. Though, actually... no, it would be Talonflame for Flare Blitz. Because it's still alive. Which is... fun. That is a way to maximize how much HP Arcanine leaves that exchange with. Because, yeah, Excadrill can't be frozen. 66% from Ice Punch, so 200. 303 minus 200 comes up to 103. Okay, it could be Acrobatics. Not that it necessarily matters. Like, okay, we use Excadrill to beat Electivire. Arcanine comes in for either Acrobatics or Flare Blitz. I feel like we've kind of walked our way back to the beginning is the problem. But a Choice Scarf Arcanine at +1 speed is able to come in on either of those moves. Take at most 43%. It's the fact... Well, hold on. Okay, 170... Well, so, let's see. Critical hit Acrobatics from level 91. 126. 299 minus 126. Drops us to 173. 172. Okay, Arcanine. This would be using our two choice items is Scarf on Excadrill and Scarf on Arcanine. But that would get Venusaur in for Earth Power and only Earth Power. Which would be swap to Dragonite, beat Venusaur. Slurpuff hits the field, wants to go for Dazzling Gleam. But does Arcanine live double D-Gleams, right? Excadrill could technically come in on Dazzling Gleam. And bait Flamethrower into Arcanine. Is there a way to get Sneasler in on Talonflame? Sneasler, do you learn Rock Tomb? I think Sneasler might be the one thing that can outspeed Venusaur in the sun. No rock type moves. Okay. Yeah, our only speed control is Icy Wind. So I was thinking, like, if we could give it Rock Tomb and we could get Sneasler in on a Solar Beam, or even off of, like, a Slow Flip or a Sack, it could KO Talonflame at +1 speed. Yeah, well, it's faster than even Venusaur. It would probably, we could control to bait Slurpuff in on Psychic, which Lucario could then KO it with. Or hell, even Houndoom, actually. We don't even need Lucario in that world. Okay, the main issue is just trying to figure out how we can get this guy dead. It does actually make me kind of wonder if maybe... No, Houndoom's just too good of an option to clear this guy. Gets around Intimidate, is faster than it kills. Acrobatics. Perfect. Okay. So let's look back at... Because I do like the idea of Dragonite into Arcanine, right? Dragonite eats Earthquake, baits Ice Punch into Arcanine. Arcanine actually could also kill with Head Smash, which is funny because of Life Orb, but no. We'd use Flare Blitz. Yeah, so it'd be Venusaur for Earth Power. Never Talonflame. Never Slowpoke. Venusaur for Earth Power. Swap back to Dragonite. Take Earth Power. Wonder if we could actually get Dragonite so bulky that it always baits in Slowking for Ice Beam. Because Life Orb guarantees Dazzling Gleam, right? But without that... It's that goddamn Focus Sash. I do think it's really funny that they give Venusaur growth, even though, like, functionally just give it Nasty Plot. I suppose they probably didn't want to give all Venusaur's Nasty Plot. For context, chat, growth boosts your attack and special attack by 1 stage, but if you're in the sun, it boosts both of them by 2 stages. But it doesn't have any physical moves, so functionally it's just a roundabout way of clicking Nasty Plot. Mega Aerodactyl does kill with dual Wing Beat. Man, fucking... Because I assume regular Aerodactyl doesn't, but... In theory, regular Aerodactyl with a Choice Scarf doesn't outspeed. What did I think? What was I thinking? April, you fool! It's also an interesting world where we go for, like, Noivern instead of Tailwind. Hello, my son. Okay, don't do that. Do not claw my chair, son. So, what, instead of Dragonite, we get Noivern in. Though this would need to be a Scarfed Noivern. Do you even outspeed the Scarf? You do. Okay. So that's always going to be D-Gleam. Kind of hard to stop potentially baiting Acro, though. Okay, I'm intrigued by the Mega Aerodactyl line, right? We're basically always baiting Talonflame, unless we're faster than it. But that requires us to hold a Choice Scarf. It's actually interesting. We could use Dreadnought to bait Solar Beam. Potential tech. There is also a world where we use Togedemaru to bait Flare Blitz into Arcanine. Like swapping on Acro. Could even fake out Spiky Shield just for the funnies. Or actually, if we gave Togedemaru like leftovers, she could even get some healing. Sneasel's gonna kill this guy. Though... Who outspeeds at +1? Because in theory, we could also teach some guys like Flame Punch. Yeah, that does do a lot of damage, doesn't it? I don't think we can teach Sneasler. We could teach her Shifu. Get Arcanine to kill Electivire. This would require Choice Scarf. I mean... You definitely get other guys to kill Electivire, though, right? Like... Ooh, yeah, Urshifu actually does that really, really well. Doesn't even need a Scarf. Which means... we always bait Acrobatics, I think. Hold on now. Give Urshifu... ooh, but it's with close combat, so actually we would be baiting either Acrobatics or Solar Beam. Not that that necessarily matters. But yeah, we would just need the Black Belt. CC Fast Kills. There is, in theory, also the option where we bait Solar Beam on Venusaur, but I feel like at that point we're just kind of getting back to where we started, right? Yeah, so Defense -1, Spadef -1. We're basically baiting random move sans Flare Blitz. Notably, though, we haven't used up any choice items, so this could be Choice Scarf Arcanine. Coming on either move, bait in Venusaur for Earth Power, because we confirmed a level 91. Maybe taking a critical hit? No. Does crit Acrobatics or crit Solar Beam do more? Okay, yeah, we already calced with crit Acrobatics in mind. We always have at least one more HP than needed. Okay... There's up you and you and you. Altaria is interesting. Altaria is very interesting, actually. I don't think I like it that much. It's... because it can do the Ice Punch baiting like Dragonite. Because what I'm wondering about here is, like, what happens if we do Perish Song? And the answer is it's kind of hard to predict because of growth. Like, if Venusaur starts bulking up like crazy, things could get really bad. Aerodactyl, you can't learn anything that's good against Slurpuff, can you? Fire Blast. Honestly, I wonder if giving you Fire Blast... No, your special attack's too weak. Yeah, def not. So, in this world, we've used a Choice Scarf for Arcanine, which I think means that we're freed up to Assault Vest Roserade, right? Now, there is some fear. Dazzling Gleam crit into Flamethrower crit into Burn might kill Roserade. Let's see. They would also, like, all need to be high rolls. So, here. 213 divided by 16 comes out to 13. So 213 minus 13 minus 51, which 149. Yeah. Minus 156. Now, what's worth noting is we always at least kill Slurpuff in that exchange. And again, this requires double crit and high rolls and burns. And burn is only a 10% chance. Because if Slurpuff doesn't kill us... we actually can't guarantee Slowking. But at that point, we're able to swap to Pretox Basket Legion. And, like, the one thing this thing probably ain't going for is Grass Knot. 7 HP, that's funny. Oh yeah, we could even swap to Houndoom to bait Flamethrower and then swap to Basket Legion. Okay, I think this is maybe something. Because, like, if we used a Heart Scale on Rosary at HP, it'd be fine. But that's scary. Oh, wait, hold on. 91. Just Turtonator, just 2-hit KO. It's complicated. Okay. So let's say we have 213 minus 102 for the first Dazzling Gleam, brings us down to 111. It loses its Fairy Gem. It's still highest damage move, so it won't click Psychic. We're already slower than it. We click Overheat, assuming we fail to kill. Entirely possible. We take 69. Drops us to 42. Which could, in theory, be a free swap back to Arcanine to KO with Extreme Speed. That actually might do it. Assault Vest Turtonator does big damage because it threatens the one-hit KO is the important thing. It's like, if only I could test all of my guys with Assault Vest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we threaten a slow one-hit KO with Overheat, preventing it from using Calm Mind. Like... Plus, we even have mixed damage types thanks to Explosion and Rapid Spin. Yeah, okay, it is Force of Gleam. Very interesting. Yeah, and I mean, like, if we successfully KO outright, in comes Slowking on, like, anything but Grass Knot. Free swap to Basket Legion. Or Torterra, even. Well, not necessarily Torterra. I think I might have accidentally found it. Huh. That being said, I really have to pee, so I'll be right back. Okay. Piss has been post. But yeah, that's weird. I guess, yeah, right? Like, they can literally never go for Dazzling Gleam. 1 second. I don't know why I feel so insane about this. The guy has calm mind and outspeeds. I have a special move that OHKOs and no physical moves. It still never clicks calm mind, right? Because OHKO threat. Because it's treated as defensive setup. I don't think it's capable of understanding that it would get the momentum boost. Of, like, living a hit and then threatening a stronger crackback. Although it's worth noting, even if it did boost its special defense, like, Overheat still does 60. Extreme Speed still does a lot. Not as much, admittedly, but... yeah, okay. And then Slowking hits the field. We swap the Houndoom. I don't think 2 turns of solar power plus a critical hit max roll flamethrower ever put us into the range to where we should kill the Grass Knot. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. So, notes. I don't think we're doing any pre-damage here. Oh, hello, kitty. Hello, Kito Cat. Oop, little man. He's now just chilling. Although, wait, hold on, because... no, yeah, this is no held item for Urshifu. Why'd I even bother making Urshifu a part of this? Couldn't I have just... oh, okay, bud. Man's on a mission. Oh, it was to get Talonflame out of the way first, right? But yeah, I think, like, for the most part, everyone here is kind of at a level they're comfortable being. I suppose we need to get Arcanine to 89, so... oh, and Turtonator. Level up Arca to... sorry, not 89, 91. Level up Turt to 91. But beyond that, no pre-damage. Alright. So, I don't think we even need to do any move teachings. I think everyone's kind of good. So, equip Hound with Hounduminite. Equip... that's weird. Wait, it unbold my stuff. Hounduminite! Equip... wait, hold on. Yeah. Accidentally always beta Earth Power. So we do just need to pre-damage Dragonite to... Okay. Damage. Drag 2. Although Dragonite, I think, threatens a fast 2-hit KO, so I don't think it can use Calm Mind against it. Like, I think we already established this. Yeah, it's always D-Gleam. AI does not use defensive setup when slow killed. Okay. Again, I can theoretically fiddle around with this a little bit too. Like, just need to figure out what works best. But I think we've got something solid. I want to confirm this information with someone, like, beforehand, but yeah, I think we're fine. So, we don't actually need to pre-damage Dragonite. Equip Drag with... we could do Life Orb. Do Sharp Beak. Kinda doesn't matter. Do Life Orb. Yeah. Equip Ursh with Black Belt. Equip Arca with Choice Scarf. Equip Turd with Choice... No, not Choice. Assault Vest. Equip Bask with Spell Tag. Yeah, okay. If player Mon can KO AI and AI doesn't have Sturdy or Sash active, AI Mon will never set up. -20. Good. Und gut. But yeah, no, it's kind of crazy that Turk just lives all that shit. Okay. So open with Over, open with Hound. Mega, Evo, and OHKO with Flamethrower. Swap to Elec. Swap to Drag. Swap to Ursh. KO with the Combat. Swap to Tallow. Swap. Sweet. Swap to Arca, OHKO with our Slide. Swap to Veen. Venu. Venu. Swap to... Who am I? Right, Dragonite. Swap to Drag, OHKO with Doing Beat. Swap to Slur. Swap to... Turt. Use Overheat. if alive. Swap to Arca. KO with E-speed. Swap to slow. Swap to Hound. Swap to Bask. OHKO with Poltergeist. And then pre-toxic Vascular Legion. That's the one status. 3, toxic, Bask. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 more fights to calc in erratic weather. We're making good progress. We're coming up on one of the worst ones. Also, we're hitting 3 hours, and I'm probably gonna call it soon. Turtle. Wait. What the fuck are we talking about? Hold on. Okay, so we're talking about makeup. I'll have to give that a go. Smallest turtle at Pio. Wait, turtle, what'd you say at Pio? Oh, turtle. Damn. Okay, chat's been really active and I haven't noticed. Leveling my like songs going randa. Oh, there's Fuck Wolverine Bongle. How long does a lip tint supposed to last? There we go. And there's turtle. Responding to that. Like 8 or so hours. It fades over time, and also depending on how much you put on to begin with. You can either go for full saturation, or you can put on just a little bit and blot it around with your finger for a more natural and softer flush, which is what my mom does. She's insecure about how her thin lips look with color on them, but she likes using this product just for a little bit of extra color. Aw. Thank you for the advice, Turtle. I also use just a little bit when I want to be more casual at work. Abandoned, forlorn. April doesn't want to look at us. Whoa. I love looking at my friends. It's been nice. This has been like a... I always worry that the calc streams, like, are really fucking boring for y'all at this point because we've been doing this for so long. So, like, it makes me really happy to see my friends just kind of hanging out watching me do math for, you know, a lot of hours. But what I was going to say is, Turtle, did you still want to stream this afternoon? Or this evening, I don't know. I'm wondering if you want to do that and then I can raid into you. Give me like a few more minutes just because I kind of want to see what this next fight has in store. God, Mega Houndoom. Mega Houndoom is so cool. Just flamethrower kills Komala. It doesn't matter that it's got fucking... It's a neutral hit. And also the fact that her Shifu just kills their Choppleberry anyways. Komala's such a funny Pokemon. Oh no, this is an after dinner thing. I kind of want to aim for around 7 p.m. my time, so if that works with you guys eating-wise. Oh, definitely. I was going to say, I think I've been helpful enough around the house to potentially either do something easy. That might be a rain fight, right? Nope. We just got through 3 rain fights. It's now sunny for Triathlete, for Swimmer Boy, Zapator, Triathlete, Zaya, who we're currently looking at, and Sis and Bro, Relly, and Ian. And then the final one, Swimmer Boy Herman, is in rain. Let me confirm, though. Sunny. And that's with a fucking Gastrodon. Ooh, they've got their own solar power guy, though. Yeah, no, Kamala's just really easy to kill. See, like, you just explode on him and he dies. No, don't do that. I mean, fuck it. God, Arcanine just gets him with Flare Blitz. Ooh, yeah, Choice Scarf Arcanine might be another good one for this fight. Just because it can come back into KO Charizard later. Okay. So, let's look at Scarf Arcanine as our lead. It's nice to feel some momentum again. Which is funny, because we spent 3 hours calcing one fight, but I don't know. It was only like 2 hours. The first hour of the stream was kind of a lot of talking about lead paint and eating yogurt. Only the kind of content you could get at a Mayflower's 429 stream. Yeah, I don't know. I've been filled with a lot of dread, but this has me kind of like, I'm feeling good. I was worried that a lot of these fights were going to be just as miserable as Swimmer Girl Katie, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So, they don't know that I'm choice locked. We're probably faster than everything here, thanks to Choice Scarf, so they want to go for the first thing that kills us that we don't kill. And how epic, it's Glee Score for Earthquake. I like calling it Glee Score. It's a fun thing to say. Houndoom, how do you kill him with Flamethrower? Fuck, dog. I mean, maybe we do Houndoom lead. Let's assume we're level 91. Because that makes us faster than Glee Score. Makes us slower than Charizard. We threaten a kill on Silvally. We threaten a kill on Gliscor with Flamethrower. God, that's fucking crazy. We don't threaten a kill on Gastrodon, though. Solar Beam. Okay, we could. Though, actually, with Charizard, I wonder... Houndoom probably doesn't learn Thunder, right? Like, we have a lot of Rain synergy in our box. It's so nice to have, like, a really solid piece of Sun synergy in Houndoom and Arcanine. Yeah, okay. Only Fire Blast. That's fine. Unless we can learn, like, Rock Tomb, but... no. Okay. So... Gastrodon is slower than us. Okay, hold on. We don't actually have Solar Beam. Though it is kind of crazy that, Houndoom, like, theoretically sweeps this fight. If we gave it Solar Beam. I think that's really funny. Why did they give all the Silvallies fucking Explosion? Honestly, our biggest problem is just that we're forced to take damage every turn. Which means if we get rid of Fire Blast, we can get Charizard in on Flamethrower. Pretty cool that Mega Aerodactyl outspeeds that guy. Or it could go for Flame Charge, potentially. Okay, so in theory, if we pre-damage to always show a kill to Flamethrower, just because, like, we wouldn't want it to Flame Charge into Arcanine and then outspeed us with our Choice Scarf. Okay, so let's assume we use Scarfanine here. We don't threaten a fast kill on Silvally. Pretty sure we just get Gliscor in for Earthquake again, which is pretty nice. I imagine Dragonite with Ice Punch. Huh. Yeah, Greninja can come in on Earthquake and get a fast kill with Ice Punch. We're baiting in the first chump we don't kill on the swap out, but like, Wow, do we really not kill? Oh yeah, 125 defense. Okay. You know who probably definitely gets this guy though is Roserade with Hidden Power Ice. Yep, easy. Hey Daggerman, welcome to stream. We've calced a single fight today. Haha, one. Erratic calculations for erotic weather. Erotic weather indeed. Yeah, it's slow going, but we're making progress. And that's truly the most important thing. Earthquake, acrobatics. I almost wonder, Primarina. No, you don't love a slow flip. It's a shame regular Houndoom can't kill Komala. Okay, so let's see what happens if we go for 192. Oh, it's because her chief is equipped with Black Belt. Okay. So let's see what happens if we do this with Sneasler. Yeah, outspeed everyone. Okay, probably Charizard for Flamethrower, right? Similar to the Houndoom line. What's erotic weather? We are currently in the section of the game called erratic weather because the weather is erratic. It's constantly changing between sun, rain, thunderstorm, rain, sun. So that's just kind of the joke name is erotic weather. I mean, Sneasler could kill this guy. So just Colorado weather? Colorado weather. Here, let's give you Expert Belt and Ice Punch. God, I love that we're finally at a point where we can get our guys to kill their Rindo berries and the like. We're seducing Helios and Poseidon. Not quite. They're actually having a really messy divorce right now, and they're making it everyone else's problem. I just don't like having to switch out immediately. God, the fact that that flamethrower kills our water type. Okay. Solar Beam does more damage to Arcanine than flamethrower does. Sneasler with Ice Punch kills this guy. I'm thinking maybe what we could go for is try to force it to Swords Dance. So we do the thing where we use Arcanine to beat Charizard, right? Least Score wants to go for Earthquake against Arcanine. So in theory, if we swap to a Frozen Flyer, especially because so many guys on this team probably have Flamethrower, we can probably get a free Thaw out of it. I appreciate that Walrein is fast, but not, like, that fast. So, like, he's really annoying to deal with, but if you can outspeed him, you're good. But yeah, if we can bait a Swords Dance into Sneasler, come back in. We aren't even choice locked. We can get it with Ice Punch. And at this point, Silvally sees an out damage. Love it if someone saw a kill. Perfect. No, Primarina wouldn't come in because we threatened with Poison Jab. Unless we deleted Poison Jab, which we could do. It just means we would have to find someone else to KO Primarina, but Roserade can do that. Well, it's complicated. Torrent, Leftovers, Moonblast, Psychic, Weather Ball. So, Sneasler baits in Primarina on Psychic if we get rid of Poison Jab. Or we could just pre-damage to bait multi-attack. Well, hold on. It's comp because I don't think we can... At defense -1. 78.2. Yeah, we would need to use a different guy to beat up Komala. The Sneasler and Rock Tomb and Runabun? No, sadly, we looked that up. Sneasler's speed control move is Icy Wind, which makes sense. Rock Tomb on this thing would honestly be really busted. It already has so much coverage. Let's grab something else to listen to for a little bit. I wasn't expecting to keep going with today's stream, but honestly, I am in the zone. Ooh, you know what? Let's do Rival Theme. Okay. But yeah, so... I mean, we could just use a different lead. Hell, we could use Arcanine lead. Because we beat Gleescore with Sneasler. Yeah, okay, so Choice Scarf beats Komala. We bait in Gleescore for Earthquake. We swap to a Frozen Flyer. So, good old Aerodactyl. Or hell, fucking Gyarados if we want to be funny. Keep its attack down. We give it like -1 attack. And then it wants to go for it. Either way, it goes for Swords Dance. We swap into Expert Belt Sneasler. I think in vanilla Pokemon, it's the opposite. It learns rock moves, but not ice ones. And see, this makes sense. I understand why it's like that in vanilla Pokemon, because you want to give it moves that actually make sense. Where it's like, in Run and Bun, you know, everything's different. Playing a Nuzlocke is not like playing a real Pokemon. You know, there is also the option to kill it with Flamethrower on Houndoom, actually. Because it means we keep Silvally off the field for longer. This song is superimposed into my brain because of Pokemon Showdown. Oh, it's great, Izzy. I love that. Okay. So let's assume we get Sneasler on the field to beat up Gleescore. And then in this world, we're baiting Charizard on Flamethrower, go to Arcanine, KO Charizard with Fast Rock Slide. We don't threaten a KO. We do bait in Gastrodon for Earth Power. Which could be swapped to Gyarados to bait Weather Ball or Toxic. We wouldn't like Weather Ball into Roserade. I mean, if I got Sceptile in on Earth Power. think all we need is a life orb. The question is just making sure, like, okay, we use Leaf Storm, we cut our special attack to -2, we take a good chunk of damage. We need to make sure that we always show a kill to Silvally. Multi-attack and Flamethrower, definitely. And what's great is... Wow, this thing's bulkier than I expected. Okay, Basculegion. Pop off, King. Problem, though, is that we need Spell Tag to get that KO. Archaeus System and Ghost Memory. So currently we're using one choice item for Arcanine. Well, okay, Greninja can fling King's Rock. And then baiting Grass Pledge into Basculegion is probably bad. Less bad than I expected. Because at that point we don't need Spell Tag, we can get Choice Scarf. Yeah, we just need to make sure that, like, we beat Gastrodon with Sceptile. And it's pretty easy to show kills to both Multi-Attack and Flamethrower without showing a kill to Grass Pledge. But yeah, we could swap to Greninja to get off a Fling. The thing would then be figuring out how to safely KO Primarina. Which could very well be Sneasler. Funny enough, if I used my Primarina as a slow flip, because I imagine my Primarina probably doesn't take that much damage here, right? All she needs to do is live 2 hits. That's a lot more damage than I was expecting. What the fuck? Moonblast, Psychic, Weather Ball. Yeah, that definitely dies to double crit. Although, what do you go for against Basculegion? Moonblast, unsurprising. Yeah, and it's, we fast 2-hit KO, so it never goes for Calm Mind. Because it never goes for Calm Mind. We would need choice specs, right? Choice band, choice specs. Special attack, -1. Yeah. Because if we can guarantee a Moonblast, I believe that's the side effect of Moonblast, right? It drops your special attack. 30% chance to drop it by 1 stage. That's a little too high. Really funny how much damage Arcanine does to this thing. And obviously we can't swap it on Psychic. I mean, we could if we had an Assault Vest, but like... Torterra can't live that. So I need either a way to safely get Sneasler. Well, I mean, Sneasler's at full HP at this point. If it can come in on a Moonblast, or on a Calm Mind, Yeah, no, Frozen Gyarados with the Citrus Berry, it hasn't taken any damage. If it takes a Moonblast, it's either baiting Moonblast or... No, I'm pretty sure... Okay, that's a lot of damage. Though in theory, if we... Hold on. A little less, okay. Because, yeah, we could use Frozen Gyarados to rebait Calm Mind, free swap to Sneasler, kill with Poison Jab. I don't hate this. Coming in on Earth Power. The nice thing is that all of oh wait, no, Flamethrower and Multi-Attack are both special. But there's no way Roserade after an Earth Power is going to accidentally bait Grass Pledge. Ooh, we do have to consider the possibility of... No, we don't. It's always Earth Power. I'm like, ooh, but what if it goes for Toxic? It wouldn't, because Earth Power kills. Okay. Yeah, I actually think we've got some kind of cool tech for this fight. Making progress again. Getting momentum. Gathering steam. It feels kind of jank around the Silvally part, I'll admit. But, like... I don't know, it all makes sense, don't it? Get him with Phantom Force. No, but, yeah, so we could use Sceptile or Roserade to bait in Silvally after an Earth Power for Multi-Attack or Flamethrower, swap to Greninja, live both of those moves. I guess the thing we need to make sure of, right, is... Because we also need to make sure that Greninja doesn't get Flamethrower burned. And the problem is that Multi-Attack is the highest damaging move. Honestly, Kecleon actually could kind of do some work here. No, we can't, because Fake Out. It's a Ghost type. We can't fake that out. Gonna head out now. Good luck with the rest of your calc. I think I'm probably gonna call it here, Izzy, honestly. It needs a little bit of tightening up, but I think we've definitely got this guy. Because there is also the option of just trying to get Primarina in before Silvally, and then Silvally's much easier to take care of. We just need someone who doesn't die to Boom, i.e. Houndoom. It's just a shame it doesn't do a little more damage with Flamethrower. Multi-Attack doesn't have a special effect, right? Yeah, just type varies depending on the held memory. That's right, it's just a base 120 power contact move. It's a go fuck yourself attack. Okay. Well, I feel pretty satisfied for what we got done today. Again, I'm gonna keep looking at Swimmer Girl Katie a little bit, because I'm not 100% confident in our line there. I think it's fine. I don't know. It's... Everything feels dubious to me right now, but we are most of the way through, theoretically, through Erratic Weather. And once we get through that, Sky Pillar encounter, Passive with Logtown encounter, Zoroark upgrade, first Roamer. Potentially more than one. I recently learned apparently you can catch Roamers without Master Balls. I was a victim to Pichal misinformation. I thought that all Roamers were hard-coded to only be caught in Master Balls. That is not the case. There's a 2% chance if you hit him with a Quick Ball. So, there is a non-zero chance we get an extra Roamer if we're lucky, or I guess unlucky. You know how it is. Let's see, because we currently have a good chunk of people right now. Let's see if I can justify raid. I thought it was 1%. I feel like someone mentioned it to in Dexcord yesterday, and it was like 2% was the calc. Because they're 3%. They are a catch rate of 3. So, Metagross. Mia the Calligrapher's live. Are there any run bunners? Is Gongus still up? No, I'd see it if Gongus was still up. Golly. Well, there's me. Nothing's really sparking joy. Chat, who do I want to raid to? Someone give me someone to raid to. Who that is. Yeah, 63 viewers, okay. Not too big that I feel like I'm sharking. Yeah, all I've got is Mia. Okay, fuck it. Raid. Kylier. Or Kite. I don't know how else I could read that. Next stream tomorrow? I'll probably honestly run a fight or two tomorrow. I don't know. I want to finally just get Swimmer Katie out of the way. I don't want to just keep like being stuck in the calc zone forever. Forever and ever and ever. Especially now because I realize we actually have a few more heart scales at our disposal than I had initially thought. So that's pretty cool. Well, yeah. I'd like to thank you all so much for joining us. I had a really good time today, honestly. Getting to start stream has kind of been hard recently. There's a lot of dread, there's a lot of anxiety, but like, I don't know, it was kind of nice and low stakes, and that last fight was really fun to kill. So folks, until next time, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us. I have been April, she has been May, you have all been incredible, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Sending out raid, have a good day. And ending stream.